we have got the last of the 4 supermoons that are in a row tonight, and I wanted to share this video on some full moon rituals that I personally do every time so that you can make the most of this powerful cosmic energy and really release, reconnect, and do some deep healing while you have the power of this supermoon. So excited to share. Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Kara Michelle and I'm here to help you live your truth. And for those who don't know me, I am a holistic life coach, a Reiki master, and a meditation and mindfulness teacher. And I've spent the last 8 years traveling the world, working with different coaches and healers, and learning how to heal and release from grief, sexual assault, a traumatic car accident, and then all the normal baggage that us people have with insecurities and anxieties. So I am deeply, deeply passionate about the combination of mindset and spirituality in order to heal and really grow and evolve into the best possible version of yourself. So what I'm diving into on this video with full moon rituals is something that I've been doing in my life for a few years now, for sure. And really using the power and harnessing the power of the full moon to do this deep healing. Now, whether you believe in this stuff or not, whether you've already been doing this or whether you're new to like a full moon thing, our bodies are over 70% water. If you think about how, and the ocean or the world is, right? If you think about how the moon directly affects the tides, that is what pulls the tide in the ocean, is where the moon cycle is, right? Now, if the moon directly affects the ocean and the pull of the water, how do you think the moon would affect us? We are literally just mini portable versions of the earth walking around. We're 70% water, like 70-ish% water. The rest is matter, right? Like, we're just little mini globes. So we are deeply, deeply affected by the full moon. And the more you start to pay attention to this, the more you're going to notice it showing up in your life. Now, my dad has his own garden center. And so I've grown up around like the Farmer's Almanac, I said it weird. And the planting seasons, harvesting, all of that kind of stuff, right? And he is like someone who has always been into spirituality, and I thank him for giving me like my weird interests. But my dad has this sign in his work office because he does a lot of customer service, a lot of dealing with people over the years, and he has this sign that it basically talks about how full moons make people crazy. And I remember like even when I was like 12 or 13 or something, like I'd see this sign and I'd just think my dad was crazy because I was like, okay, like they're all acting weird because it's a full moon, right? And I thought it was really silly. But as I got older and as I actually paid attention to it, if you actually pay attention on a calendar to when it is a full moon and like within a few days before, a few days after, you will notice that people start to act extra strange, especially like the average people and the people who are unaware of this cosmic power, right? Because we're affected, we are pulled, and we are all energy beings. So the moon has an effect on us. That's all I'll say for now. But practicing this in your own life and really paying attention to the moon cycles and astrology and where things are in your chart, all of that kind of stuff is so, so powerful. I'll do videos on that another time. But for today, let's talk about my own full moon ritual, what I like to do. This morning, I already had a really powerful release. I've been doing a lot of work the last few days leading up to this full moon. Also because right now is a really powerful time for clearing out karmic patterns. So you may have seen in my little intro video that it says being karmic, and that's because it's Kara Michelle, karmic, put together, but also because I deeply, deeply believe in karma and the whole practice and methodology behind that. So in terms of karmic patterns that are clearing out right now, a lot of you might be feeling that there are these patterns going on, like these patterns and cycles that you've had for a long time have been emerging and getting stronger right now. And you might be feeling this really deep push and tension and anxiety and a lot of like negative emotions and energies coming forward because of it. Because this is a time to clear this up once and for all. We have a really powerful portal open right now in terms of like clearing up these karmic patterns and leaving them. So I have been exceptionally aware of some really, really deep patterns in my own life that have continued to come forward over and over in different times. And I've continued to do the work. I've continued to do energy healing, subconscious work, releasing all these things. And I've made huge strides and feel like it's like 90% better than it used to be. But the last little while, it's been pushed again. And it's like been coming up. And this is because of what's going on astrologically, I believe. I'm not an astrologer, so don't quote me on it, but look into it if it's interesting to you, because there is most likely a deeper reason why you're feeling these things resurfacing right now, and it's exactly for this reason. So you can use these tools. What did I do that for? So you can use these tools that I'm going to share with you and release for good and really create an ending to this karmic pattern. Now, what shows up, and with karma, these things are showing up so you can learn the lesson. It's not that you're like a bad person and you're getting this bad karma, not at all. Okay, it's because there is a lesson to learn in order to evolve and grow, and it hasn't fully been learned or processed yet. So if it's resurfacing right now with the moon's energy, it's giving you the opportunity. The moon is like, think of the moon as like a flashlight. It's literally shining down and going like, hey, Kara, this is something you still need to work on. This is like a pattern, or this is like habits or energy or things that have been going on in your life for far too long. You haven't tied up the loose ends fully. We're gonna keep pushing and presenting this to you until you fucking do it. Clear that pattern, and break that karma. And again, this isn't to say it's bad energy. This isn't to say that like if things are showing up, you're a bad person, or that you're clearing out this bad karma and or that there's bad things to come. No, it's just about releasing and shining light, and what you do with that and what you move forward with is totally up to you. So I look at everything as a lesson and an opportunity to grow. So even these things that are showing up, these patterns, like I'm honestly really grateful in a strange way, because I'm like, I see exactly why this is here. It's not like it's been testing me, it's here because it's time for me to clear and release. And so using the power of the full moon, let's get into that. I apologize for the long explanation. If you have found this helpful so far, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notifications, comment down below if you have already done a full moon practice in your life, or if you are new to this, let me know, because I want to know if this is something you'd be interested in me sharing more on in the future. So anyway, now step number 1, forgiveness. And Ho'oponopono is the most beautiful and most powerful mantra or prayer you can use in terms of forgiving, in terms of healing, in terms of literally releasing energetic baggage and really old patterns and old things from you. So how Ho'oponopono works is that you either are thinking about yourself, thinking about a person, thinking about a situation. You can think about nothing, honestly. It doesn't matter. But what you want to think about or say in your mind is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Comment that down below so you don't forget it. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Now, the reason these 4 sentences are so powerful is because, 1, they are taking some conscious responsibility. Whether you believe you're at fault for what's going on or not is irrelevant. It's still about taking ownership for yourself, for your life, and for your role in your life, okay? So by saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, you are kind of, instead of being the victim, instead of blaming everyone else, throwing everything on everyone else, you're saying, look, I'm sorry for the part I played. Even if I don't feel like I'm responsible, like even if, right, like side note, even if I don't think I did anything wrong, but I'm sorry for the part I played. And I've used this towards countless people over the years, and I cannot explain the profound shifts that have happened from doing it and the clarity that's been brought to my life, because it's easy to think that we're a victim of our circumstance, but when you start to take some ownership and you do say these words, I'm sorry, please forgive me, it helps you to see that you were involved and you did play a role, and maybe your perception's different than theirs, or whatever it is, right? So very powerful. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So thank you. There's nothing more powerful than gratitude, right? Thank the universe, thank God, thank the person for what they've taught you, thank yourself for getting through it, thank the situation for teaching you. You could thank a lot of things, right? So I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Because there's also nothing more powerful than love, right? Love is everything. And if the world lived in more love, we'd have a lot less problems. So these 4 things, you sit there, like what I did this morning, I did some breath work first, and then I sat there and I replayed these sentences and I went through them. You could just like light a nice little candle or something and sit there for 5 or 10 minutes and just say these 4 sayings, and you will have a huge release. And I want you to come back, please come back and comment on this video after you've done it and share your experience, because I'm like 99% sure that you are going to have a really, really powerful realization around something going on or holding you back or something you need to release, and you're gonna feel so much better after you do it. So thank you. Or no, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. If you haven't, comment that down below, okay? So the power of forgiveness, especially around the full moon. The full moon is all about, the moon goes in cycles, right? And so the new moon is like new beginnings, fresh starts, planting seeds, you know, getting your ideas out. And then the full moon is more about like the fulfillment and also the ending of the cycles so that you can start again. So the forgiveness piece is really, really powerful here. I kind of already touched on the clearing karmic pattern. So again, pay attention, do some journaling maybe. Look at what's been showing up in your life right now, where it's maybe trying to teach you things, why, if it is a pattern, like how many times has this happened, where did it start? And also, excuse me, also I would suggest looking at your parents and their patterns. And the reason I say this is I'll do another video on this another time, but there's a lot of intergenerational patterns and intergenerational trauma. So a lot of times we come into this planet and we inherit a lot of things from our parents, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. So even experiences that your parents had, and karmic patterns that they had or things that they haven't cleared up, like that gets passed on, right? Genetically, like, and energetically, because you are a part of them. So you are carrying things that they carried if they didn't heal it. This is how trauma gets passed down through generations, and how we look at the cycles of women who were oppressed or assaulted or had all their power taken away, and then they give birth to another daughter and say she has her things happen. Like, it gets passed down, right? Because we're all energy. The trauma and things, the experiences, the cell memory, everything that's in one person gets passed down into the next when they have children. So if your mom, if you're a female watching this, I guess it doesn't really matter, but if your mom or dad had certain patterns and traumas and maybe like karmic ties and things that kept showing up for them, take a look and see if this is something that shows up for you as well, because maybe this is your chance to heal it on an intergenerational level. And most of the people in my generation, if you're watching this and you're in my generation, shout out. Me too. Shout out, I'm a millennial. I hate that word. Like, generation, yeah. I don't know what generation we're called, but okay, if you are in my generation or around that, most of us are here on this planet. Part of our soul contract is to release intergenerational trauma. This is why it's being talked about so much, because we are the group who is going, wow, these patterns and cycles have gone on way too freaking long, and it's time to get rid of them. So how can I heal so that it doesn't continue into my lineage, or whether you have children or not, it doesn't continue. It stops at me, right? This is what's so powerful about the Me Too movement, is that women are saying, no, this stops here. I'm speaking up, I'm sharing, because this is not okay. And like, we need to heal this trauma now, right? So do some journaling, look at your parents and maybe their karmic patterns, look at your own, and like, clear this out. What could this be trying to teach you, and what can you take from the situation so that you can heal and move forward? Same thing, releasing to grow and evolve. So why I like to do these journaling practices around the full moon is because I don't want to keep carrying this over. Like, it's already been long enough. And with karmic patterns, y'all know it's been long enough, okay? It's been following you for a long time. It's been constantly showing up. It's been creating more tension, more stress, more learning. That's why it's here, right? But it's enough. We're done with that. We want to release. We want to grow. We want to let go of these things and move forward. So spending some time to sit with it is the only way to identify, heal, and release. You cannot just keep bottling this shit up, you guys, okay? So many people come to me with these questions and asking me how to heal and how to make these breakthroughs, but they're afraid to face their past, or they're afraid to look at their patterns or the way that they experience life. If you are not aware, you cannot heal and grow. It has to start there. So ditch the fear, face it head on, take a look and go, what is this trying to teach me? Why is this here? And if you need to, take the perspective of like a doctor giving an analysis. Like if a doctor was sitting here and listening to you talk and hearing this pattern or hearing what's been going on, what would their analysis be of where this came from? Because that can help you separate the personal piece, especially if there's a lot of deep pain. And then connecting deeper within. So meditation. If you have crystals, put the crystals out under the full moon, because crystals are made from the earth. In case you didn't know, now you know. Crystals, right? It is energy, and it's from the earth, and it recharges from the moon. So get that out there. If you can spend some time grounding today, whether it's under the moon or just like getting outside barefoot, putting your feet on the earth, taking a few deep breaths, and like imagining yourself releasing, letting go, connecting to the earth. Check out some of my meditations on my channel. If you head to the playlist button on my page and click guided meditations, there are a bunch on there that could help you as well. And dive in. And also, if you haven't already, this would be a perfect time to start my 5-day Release to Thrive challenge. It's totally free. It is linked down below, because this is all about releasing to thrive. Hence the name, right? Genius. So you want to release, identify, clear out, release the things that aren't serving you. Step into the next level version of yourself. Align with that. Get clear on who they are, what they look like, what they do, how they show up, and step into that place. So there's guided meditations, guided journal prompts, and videos from me every single day for those 5 days. So make sure you check that out in the link below if you want that extra support. It is a really, really powerful time to do this. Use this full moon energy, okay? Harness the power of the full moon. And let me know, please let me know if you found this video helpful, because again, I want to talk about this kind of stuff more. I probably will anyway, but I really hope you enjoy it, so that then I know, okay, there's interest in this and I can keep doing it. But I'll probably keep doing it anyway, like I said. So I hope it was helpful though, and really using this time, reconnect, spend some time, even if you dedicate an hour, just like do this work. Cry, let it out, have that emotional release if you need to, have the energetic release, connect to what kind of patterns are continuing to show up, what's been pressing on you right now, especially the last few days with the power of the full moon showing up and bringing light to these issues, and how can you heal, release, and move forward. I'll see you guys on the next video. Enjoy your full moon ritual.